We are ready to go. I'm also going to drop a link in the chat so that you have that. I know it's us between you and a lunch break, a probably much needed lunch break. But I'll introduce myself, and I have a couple of colleagues on with me that are supporting this work that we want to tell you about, an opportunity for our students. So I'm Sue Kane. I'm the Director of STEM Initiatives and Strategic Partnerships at the North Central ESD, which is a fancy way of saying I get to be in that space between our districts and the community partners and employers in the region. I am really excited to share with you a little bit about a project that we're working on right now to support our rural school districts with some career explorations this fall. But before I get into that, I want to introduce Dennis Conger and Maria Vigil, who are both on with us, I believe. Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
Hello, everybody. I hope you're enjoying your conference.
So Dennis serves both 171 and 101 with Career Connected Learning and CTE support, and Maria is with Greater Spokane Incorporated and doing some Career Connected Learning for the 101 region, the ESD 101 region. And we actually partnered up and applied for some grant funding through Career Connect Washington. And then we also have a significant sponsorship for this work through Microsoft. And the idea is that every fall we usually have a bunch of the career exploration events. You might have your students go to a gym or to a central location, and they would have an opportunity to interact with local career professionals, local employers, college programs, and apprenticeships. And we really are missing that opportunity. Also, we didn't want our businesses to fall out of the habit of having to think about spending their time with some of our kids. And we know that those events, even when we are not in a COVID situation, can be really challenging for our rural districts to get their kids there. Every year we have challenges with buses and transportation costs. So we have a really neat opportunity. We're piloting a software platform called Brazen, and I'm going to actually show you what that looks like here in a second. But our goal, we're doing a series of 6 career exploration events, virtual events. The first one is actually happening right now. So we're going to dive in as if we were a participant here in a second, and I'll show you what this platform looks like. But starting today, Tuesday, and then for the next 5 Tuesdays coming, there are different sets of employers and programs and apprenticeship programs. Representatives are live, and this is not a video sit and get. This is a chat-based platform where students can actually go in and enter a virtual booth, just like they were in a live event, and connect with these employers. And so I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. We did target 10 rural counties, which are on your screen right now. The 101 and 171 footprint is who we're specifically targeting. And so we've done our best to round up employers and programs that are also in that area. So it's locally contextualized. It's free to participate for your students. And they do not have to be, it's open from 9 to noon where we have live representative staff during that time, but they do not have to be present that entire time. So if students have 15, 20, 30 minutes to go in and interact during this, it would be a really wonderful CTE assignment for students. It does count if you want to put something in their high school and beyond plan for career exploration. We'd be happy to get you the data. And we have a way of actually tracking if students put in your school or your teacher's name, we can tell them how many of their students showed up and what their activity looked like as well. So it's got some really robust data on the backside. Now I do have the link that I dropped into the chat is the link to this slide deck. So you can feel free to share this out with any of the educators in your districts or in your region. Each event has a separate registration. So students can also, if they're really passionate about a skilled and technical science course, they can just choose to participate that week if they like, or if they're just not decided, we have 6 events. They're organized around the program areas that you should be familiar with for your CTE programs. And I have our contact information listed here as well. But what I want to do is actually give you a kind of sneak peek at what this looks like. So to keep this quick, I went ahead and signed in, and I have to switch over. I believe you will be able to see when a student comes into the event. Actually, we're going to exit so that you see what they see when they first get on. Maybe. I wonder if it won't let me text one. Okay, so when a student registers for the event, they're going to land on a landing page. The landing page actually highlights, and you'll be able to see this without registering as well, the presenters that are registered for that date. So if there's a date coming up that you have interest in, you'll be able to see here are the college programs that are being highlighted, or that there's live representatives waiting to speak to students, some of the training programs, and some of the local employers. The one going on right now is around healthcare. So hopefully you recognize either Confluence or Providence or Lifeline. Seattle Children's is there, several of our employers. And then of course, we've got a lot of our colleges and training programs as well. So when they get there, they will go ahead and click enter. And they have a couple of options. If they've logged in or if they've registered with their email, they should use that email to log in to kind of set up an account. You also have an option for students who have a LinkedIn account, and I do. You can interface your LinkedIn. Well, maybe you can. Oh no, I was just in. Are you kidding? I logged out so that we could show you the login, and now it's not going to want me, not going to let me in again. We'll try this one more time. I think we're in. It's giving me instructions on how to do this. Go ahead and enter the event. So when your students come in, these are the virtual booths, and they can scan and find the one. If I was really interested in Seattle Children's, for example, you could go and talk to the representatives, or you can just go in and look and see what the booth is. We have an event going, or a training opportunity happening right now across the region called Upskill. And I let this booth representative know ahead of time that this presentation was coming. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it's like to chat, and we'll see if we can't chat with Carrie if she's available. Now, a couple of things. Each student is connecting directly to the representative. This is creating a log of this chat. So if you're a school counselor and you want some documentation of those kinds of interactions, or you're an educator who's assigned this as a class assignment, you could actually record or request a copy of that transaction or that conversation that happened. I wonder if she's chatting with another student right now. The other thing is each conversation, they give students about 10 minutes. You can have conversations simultaneously with a couple of different representatives. So if I feel really savvy, and some of our kids do, I could go back and start another conversation. Platform-wise, this will work on a laptop, on a computer, on a phone, a mobile phone. So if your students are working from home in different remote or hybrid, they can actually use whatever technology they've been provided or have access to. She says, it's been slow for the past hour. I'm just about to log off. Okay. Let her know we are live with the Rural Alliance. Say hello. All right. And she does, if we back out of the chat here, I can actually show you inside their virtual booth. We went right for the chat to connect with Carrie, but inside her booth, hello, Rural Alliance, she says. Maybe it's not. Oh no, I logged out. Fantastic. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you're button pushing and trying to move kind of quick. Well, I know I've got about 2 minutes left. Are there any questions, or Dennis and Maria, did I leave anything out that you're hoping that I would have mentioned?
I just want to let people know there's still time for both students and employers to register for those future events that are coming up every Tuesday for the next 5 weeks. So they could register students clear up to the day of, and employers, it'd be great if they were there at least a week ahead, but we'd take them sooner than that as well.
So Sue, this is Kevin.
Yeah.
So I saw the counties that were part of that. Is that the counties that you're trying to stay within, or is this information that you'd want to have passed to anybody who wants to be part of it?
So the 11 counties that are in 101 and 171 are the ones that we're targeting for this outreach. If there are others that are interested, we certainly want to hear from you about that. We have potentially an opportunity to expand something like this across the state if there is interest. But we've targeted employers and programs in that region as well, kind of in hopes that we would be able to serve some of those rural districts. I think we have 78 districts in that footprint.
Okay. And
so I did manage to get back into this booth, and while I have it up, I'll go ahead and show you when a student enters the booth, if they don't want to go directly to chat, they actually have some opportunity to connect to a couple different tabs with links and information. So our virtual presenters have an opportunity to build a booth that they can highlight some other things too, some videos. It's a pretty versatile platform. Right, it is 11:45, and I promised to keep this short and sweet. So I really do appreciate your time, and appreciate the Rural Alliance and Kevin for giving us an opportunity to share this with you. We can stay on in case you have other questions, follow-ups, but I definitely don't want to stand between you and some well-deserved time away from your screen.
well, thank you, Sue. Thank you, Dennis and Maria. Thank you for sharing. If there's anything that you want us to send out, we can do that for you. We just
Awesome.